Welcome to Tales from the Dark, where nightmares come alive. Tonight we have a chilling story that will make you question every shadow you see. Before we dive into this tale, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our next terrifying story. Now sit back, turn off the lights, and let's journey into the dark. They called it the Whispering Woods, a place where the trees themselves seemed to speak in hushed tones. But the locals knew better. Those weren't just the sounds of the wind. For generations, the people of Ravensbrück had avoided the forest at night. It wasn't just the stories of those who went missing. It was the feeling you got when you stood at the edge, staring into the dense, ancient trees. It was as if the woods were watching you. Ethan was new to Ravensbrück. Fresh out of college and eager to start his job as a park ranger, he didn't pay much mind to the superstitions that the townsfolk shared with him. He laughed them off, attributing the tales to small-town gossip and old wives' tales. But that all changed on his first night patrol. It was a chilly autumn evening, the kind where the cold air seemed to cut right through your jacket. Ethan was tasked with checking the perimeter of the park, which bordered the infamous woods. As he walked along the gravel path, the wind picked up, and with it, the whispers began. At first, he thought it was just the rustling of the leaves, but then he heard his name, clear as day. He stopped, heart pounding in his chest. He shined his flashlight into the woods, but the beam seemed to get swallowed by the darkness. "Hello?" he called out, but there was no response. Just more whispers, growing louder, more insistent. "Ethan, come, closer." Curiosity and a sense of duty got the better of him. He stepped off the path and into the woods. As he moved deeper, the air grew colder, and the whispers grew louder. They seemed to be coming from all around him, yet nowhere at all. He tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was just the wind funneling through the trees. But then he saw it. In the distance, just barely visible through the thick trees, was a figure. A tall, gaunt figure, draped in shadows. It stood motionless, staring directly at him, its eyes reflecting the light from his flashlight like a predator in the night. Panic set in, and Ethan turned to run, but the forest seemed to close in around him. The path he had come from was gone, replaced by more twisted trees and thick underbrush. He ran, branches clawing at his clothes. The whispers now a cacophony of voices, all urging him to go deeper, to come closer. He could feel them surrounding him, unseen hands brushing against his skin, pulling him in every direction. His breath was ragged, his legs heavy with exhaustion, but he kept running until he tripped. Ethan hit the ground hard. The wind knocked out of him. His flashlight rolled away, casting wild beams of light through the trees. As he struggled to catch his breath, he saw it again. The figure, now closer, towering over him. It bent down, and for the first time, Ethan saw its face, or what was left of it. A skull-like visage, with empty eye sockets and a gaping mouth that seemed to be the source of the whispers. The last thing Ethan saw before everything went black was that mouth, opening impossibly wide, as the whispers filled his mind. When the sun rose the next morning, the other rangers found his flashlight and his hat, but there was no sign of Ethan. The townsfolk shook their heads, saddened but unsurprised. Another soul lost to the Whispering Woods. And so the legend continues, a reminder to those who live in Ravensbrück and to anyone who might find themselves near the Whispering Woods, never to ignore the whispers. They might just be calling for you next. If this story sent chills down your spine, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We have many more tales waiting for you, right here on Tales from the Dark. Until next time, stay safe and stay out of the woods.